Russell potentially being a pairing tonight, I mean, is that a mentor-pupil type pairing that you're looking for, or what do you expect there?
Yeah, you know what, that could very well be for a game. It's also a lefty and righty scenario that we wanted to look at. You know, other than that, I wouldn't read a whole lot into anything. We're trying to get Chris Russell his second exhibition game and see Bouch again. And we want Bouch to play on his strong side. Makes sense to put Russell on the left. Can they be a pair? You know what, Bouch has got to work his way on to the team as we move forward. There's potential for that, but I wouldn't read anything into anything other than the fact that those guys are playing their strong sides tonight. What's allowed Rattie to play so well? He's been given permission by us, and he's given himself permission to use his tools and his skills to produce. And what I mean by that is often those offensive players that come up from junior, they have tremendous years. There's a little bit of a defensive liability. They have a tendency to start on the third or fourth lines. They don't always fit those roles. We have a desperate need for right wingers to produce. He was given a chance last year on that line, and he took advantage of it. I think the opportunity and the players he plays with suits his play much better than it would on a grinding fourth line. So he's found a spot. He's found a spot that complements his skill set. He's taken advantage of it. Now he's got to live up to it on a nightly basis.
Todd, can I ask you about Milan Lucic? What do you see from him, especially in terms of body language, just what he was talking about today, that's different this year that leads you to believe that maybe you can get more out of him offensively than you did a year ago?
Well, we're going to get more out of him. Like, when you go back and you look at Lucic's opportunities from Christmas on, and I know he had one goal or whatever the stats were, he had some really good chances. Those have to go in eventually. So just based on that alone, I think we're going to get more out of him. It's a fresh start. It's a summer away. It's a chance to work on his approach to the game. I think with Milan, a lot of it is as a mental part of it. You're in the league for a long time. It can be a grind, and you're a very proud player. When it doesn't go well, it affects you. So he's got a fresh start. He looks excited and happy to be at the rink. He's having fun around his teammates, scored a goal the other day. Those are all good positive signs for us moving forward.
Todd, as exhibition continues and competition stiffens a little bit, when you look at rookie players, whether it's Yamamoto or Bouchard, what do you look for in their games as the competition goes up that signals you that they can rise with it and that they're close to being ready?
Well, for us is the ability to maintain or even elevate your level as the competition gets stronger. I think the game gets smarter, it gets faster, it gets a little more organized, it gets stronger with better lineups. And sometimes the organization and the structure help cerebral, smart players. They play better in that environment than they do in a scrambly environment when it's a little more predictable. Sometimes they fall off because it gets faster, stronger, heavier, more intense. So we'll look at those young players to see if they're able to maintain the level of play they've already established and whether they can take it up a notch.
Todd, what's impressed you more about Bouchard, his physical ability or his mental makeup?
I don't know his mental makeup enough yet to comment on that. We haven't been around him enough to truly find out what's there. We need more time. I will say from a mental perspective, if he's made a mistake, it hasn't weighed heavy on him. He's been able to recover and keep on going. From the physical part of it, outstanding vision and puck movement skills. Some things he still needs to work on. But we could be saying that about some of our veteran defensemen that have been in the league for a while. So hope I answered your question.
What do you want to see more of from Jariabek that you haven't seen from him at this point?
Well, I want to see him do things faster. I want to see him complete some passes. I want to see him defend a little bit quicker. I want to see him jump up and grab a job. I don't just want to see him play. It's time. And, he's contract's one thing, competing for a job is another, and I think there's more there, and we need to see it.
Todd, back to Bouchard again. If he goes, that player in junior is going to be a 29-minute defenseman and, you know, have a lot of responsibility, but not always learn how to play the defense that maybe you would see as his deficiency. Is there, if not him, anyone else, is there some players that maybe need to learn it here and not there?
It's the age-old question or problem that a lot of teams have. We got to remember that Bouch is a year older than, not necessarily a year older, but a more mature junior player because of his drafting age. So one, he's further ahead. He's played a lot of junior hockey already. He's going to, if he does go back, he'll go back to a very good program. But in those programs, and he would be known as a star player there, play a lot. They play to the point where they tend to manage their games. And you can't blame the junior teams, the junior coaches, or anybody like that. They want to win games. They should have them on the ice. But it is a catch-22 for him to be productive here. He's got to work on some of those areas of the game that get hard to work on at 27, 28 minutes a night. They're easy to work on at 14 minutes a night. And but if I'm running a junior team and he's on my team, I'm playing him a lot and I'm trying to work with him. And the junior coaches will do that. So, you know, he'll continue to either earn or not the opportunity to move forward. We will continue to work with him while he's here. And over time, we'll make the decision on what's best for our team and the individual.
Todd, Kyle Yamamoto's enjoyed success last preseason. He's carried it over to this preseason. He's getting a look with Leon Draisaitl tonight. What can you say about that dynamic and then the trio of Lucic as well?
Well, Yamo has been arguably one of our better players throughout training camp. Not because he's got 4 goals or anything like that. He's done a lot of things well. You know, when you look at a player, we talked about Rattie earlier, you look at a player like that coming from junior, you tend to think he has some deficiencies or weaknesses defensively or a lot of cheat in his game. And I'm not saying Ty was that, but that's a tendency for those offensive players. He hasn't shown those deficiencies. He's been good all over the rink. Played all 3 zones. He's been in and around the blue paint a lot. He was there last year all the time watching the scoring chances. You know, the smallest guy is always there. So that's encouraging. He's playing with 2 guys with a lot of size and some heaviness to them, so maybe they can protect some pucks. He can take advantage of those situations. We'll see where it goes. Eric?
Sorry, Todd. A couple of weeks ago in Chicago, Connor McDavid was telling us a little bit about how he thinks that this group can play collectively faster as a team, and that was one of the things that maybe contributed to not having a great year last year. Is that something that philosophically you're working on as a coaching staff? Like, are you just trying to just be like Vegas was so quick and created so much out of that? Are you trying to do something different to make the play a faster game?
It is a fast game right now. If you're slow as an individual, you can still play. But you have to find a way to execute. You have to find a way to be slow and in the right spots. When you collectively are slow, you're in trouble. And I think speed is deceiving sometimes because it's not just Connor going 100 miles an hour all over the rink. There's a difference between fast and quick, in my opinion. Connor's fast and quick. There's players that are maybe not so much fast, but they're really quick in darting in and out. Speed is execution. Speed is making clean passes. And all of those things we need to do better so that we can play with more pace in our game. And we're stressing that throughout camp. We've made a few adjustments to how we want to do things in certain areas. So our goal is to speed up our pace of play.